What's up everyone? Welcome back to Gabes Studios. Today in this video, I'll be breaking down the best camera settings that I use for different styles of photography. That includes street photography, portraits, with and without flash, sports, wildlife, and landscapes. Stick around to find out some new cool things. These are some real-world settings that I use with my Canon 90D and a mix of lenses that I like. 50mm, 24mm, 18-55 kit lens, and 55-250. Let's jump right in. Section 1. Street photography. Street photography is all about staying quick and ready to react. Here's what I usually go with. Mode. Aperture priority. That's AV on my Canon 90D. Aperture f2.8 to f5.6 for that subject separation. ISO. Auto ISO. Max 1600 to 3200, depending on the light. Minimum shutter speed 250 seconds over 1. White balance, daylight or custom white balance. Focusing mode, one shot for static shots, AI servo for movements. Lens. I switch between my 24mm, 50mm, or the 18-55mm for flexibility and my framing. Now here's a tip for you. Use silent shutter mode if you want to be discreet on the streets. Section 2. Portraits without flash. When I'm shooting natural light portraits, especially outdoors, I go for soft backgrounds and warm tones. Mode. Aperture priority or manual. f16 to f2.8 for shallow depth of field. Shutter speed. Minimum 250 seconds over 1. ISO. Around 100 to 400 max. White balance. Shade or custom. Daylight might work as well. Focus mode. One shot with a single focus point on the eye. The lens I mostly use my 50mm prime, but I'll also use an 18-55, around 35mm for casual portraits. Here's another tip for you. Position your subject with the sun behind them and reflect the light for soft, even skin tones. Section 3. Portraits with flash. When I'm working with flash, I'd rather work in a studio or outdoor environment. I like full control. Mode. Manual. Shutter speed 160 over 1 or 200 seconds over 1. Aperture f4 or f8 depending on the depth and the sharpness. ISO 100. White balance. Flash or custom. Focus mode. One shot with a single point on the eye. Flash power, I usually use 1/8 to 1/4 power. Lenses I use, the 50mm or the 18-55, depending on how close I'm working. I also use a beauty dish for controlled light. Tip. Expose for your background first, then add flash to balance your subject. Section 4. Sports photography. Sports photography is all about speed and tracking. Here's what I use to capture action. Mode. Shutter priority, TV mode on my Canon 90D. Or manual, shutter speed, 1000 over 1 or faster. Aperture, 2.8 to f5.6 depending on the light. ISO, auto ISO capped at 3200. Focus mode, AI servo for continuous focus. Drive mode, high speed continuous. Lenses I use, my 55 to 250 millimeter is perfect for reach, but the 18 to 55 works well for closer indoor sports. Here's a tip for sports photography. Keep both eyes open so that you can anticipate the next movement before they do. Section 5. Wildlife photography. Wildlife photography takes patience and always wanting details and reach. Modes I use is manual or AV aperture priority on my Canon 90D. Shutter speed 1000 over 1 or usually more. Aperture f5.6 to f8. ISO, auto ISO up to 3200. Focusing mode, AI servo with subject tracking. Drive mode, high speed burst. Lenses I go for, my go-to is the 55 to 250 millimeter. The zoom is pretty good, but more zoom is never a bad thing. Support. I'll use my tripod for stabilization. Here's some tips for wildlife. Shoot during good golden hour or early morning. Animals are more active and light is soft. Drop a comment and let me know. What are some of your favorite settings? Or if you want me to break a certain style down in more detail. If this video helped you out, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what do you think is the best settings depending on your style of shoot or camera. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.